Tim Cook, Jensen Huang at NVIDIA is worth more than Intel or Boeing. At what point? When do the men show up here? When do the Americans show up here?
Hey, and it's hilarious. The camera cuts to the guy, in my opinion, the third guy who went to Trump to kiss the ring. This is the guy right here. And I just love it. Hey, I'm sorry, sir. But yes, he's talking to you. So this clip that we're going to watch, in my opinion, is going to go down in history. Like, this right here demonstrates on how much of a coward people are. And just the transition of the camera switching is priceless. Like, we're definitely going to get into it. But my question is, like, what's the price of someone's dignity? Like, what's the price of someone's spine? You know, I don't know. I still got mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I stand on principle, when I stand on morals, when I stand on things that I believe in, me, myself personally, it doesn't matter how much money I got. It doesn't matter who's confronting me. It doesn't matter how many people are in what room. I'm going to stand on what I believe in. Now, of course, you know, we can have a cordial conversation or we can get rowdy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you don't stand for something, then what the hell you here for? Go make somebody a sandwich. That's what I'm saying. Like what use are you? You know, and maybe I'm just, you know, so focused of, like, you know, having a purpose and actually doing something with your life. But when it comes into politics, you need to stand for something, or you're kind of worthless. You know what I'm saying? And one of my quotes, or not my quotes, but one of the quotes that I love from this amazing historian, like, I'm pretty sure you've heard one of his quotes at least once in your life, okay? This is from the great, amazing Lil Wayne. And he said it, and I quote, "I ain't never ran but I damn sure ain't gonna pick today to start running. Look, honey, I ain't never ran and I damn sure ain't about to pick today to start running." That means something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be the only one that finds some sort of value in standing and being consistent with who you are. You don't switch up like the wind or the temperature in Colorado. It switches like every 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something of value there. So let's go ahead. This guy may not seem like it, but this dude right here, gangster right here. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and enjoy this beautiful moment.
Scott, so glad you're here to walk us through this morning. Remember, it was just 4 years ago, about right now, that Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, Meta, pulled Donald Trump's accounts down after the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. And now you fast forward 4 years, Donald Trump threatening Mark Zuckerberg during the campaign. And it does look, just in the last few days, last couple of weeks, like full capitulation, giving Donald Trump exactly what he wants. What do you see in this move?
First off, good to be with you, Willie. I see that all CEOs in tech should stop using the term stakeholders and just go back to really the truth here and talk about shareholders. 4 years ago, the term was called moderation. Now it's being called censorship. And with this decision, the CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, gets kind of a twofer. He gets to placate, at least temporarily, the president who threatened to put him in jail for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. And he gets to save maybe upwards of $5 billion, which is how much they spend on their safety and security department. And at a price earnings ratio of 30, that's potentially $150 billion increase in market capitalization. Mark Zuckerberg owns 15% of the company. So you have what is effectively a get out of jail card potentially from someone who appears to be an oligarch threatening to put people in jail and add $15 to $20 billion to his net worth. The greatest trade of 2024. It wasn't Bitcoin. It wasn't NVIDIA. it was Elon Musk investing $250 million directly in the Trump campaign. And then when Trump won since the election, Elon Musk's worth has gone up $140 billion.
$140 billion since the election. We're in January. That was a few months ago. We're in the middle of, and that was, guys, hey, this is a problem. No one. Why? How? We're literally talking about people not being able to afford groceries while this one singular man, not a company, not a country, not a few people, not even two people. One person increased their wealth by how much? One dumb looking stupid guy who doesn't even have real hair increased his wealth by how much? What is going on here? Man, it just, I need to check my my blood pressure here, man. This is not healthy. Why? How? And he's supposed to figure out government waste of money? No. Elon Musk is a waste of money. But okay, we're not even to the good part yet. We're not even to the good part of the video, and my blood pressure's already getting up there.
So that's effectively, I believe, about a 56,000% return on investment. So we've gone full kleptocracy. We can never, in my opinion, wave our finger at Russia again when the president, the elected president, is taking public trust and public authority and weaponizing governments and doling out capital and market share and contracts and threatening to use regulatory action against the competitors who don't give money to his inaugural committee or don't kind of bend the knee. We are effectively in a kleptocracy. Russia is the role model. We are becoming more like Russia every day. That's where we are.
Hey, Scott, it's Sam Stein here. I looked at all these adjustments that Zuckerberg was announcing. Some of them I think were significant. Some I think were a bit overblown. For instance, they already have offices in Texas, but he made a big stink about moving the content moderation office to Texas. And then I saw Lena Khan on CNBC, who suggested that, there is an FTC suit that is going to be considered in the next couple months that looks at whether Meta is a monopoly on a social media network. And she said this is plainly Mark Zuckerberg trying to get a sweetheart deal from the FTC. Do you see it that way?
I think that's part of it. Also, the move to Texas not only pleases the conservative side of the aisle, which he's trying to do and has made several actions to try and come across as more conservative, it's the ultimate quiet firing. Because if you tell, rather than a series of bad press releases or uncomfortable all-hands meetings, if you just decide you're moving your safety and security team from California to Texas, you're naturally going to lose probably 30 to 50% of the employees. So this is again nothing about placating the Republican Party and saving money and adding shareholder value. And what is so shocking, I mean, just from a personal standpoint, what's the point of having all this money if you aren't at some point going to show some fidelity as a 40 or a 50-something-year-old man that has the wealth of the GDP of a Latin American nation to actually standing up and showing some fidelity to American values? Bezos has got the yacht. Tim Cook, Jensen Huang at NVIDIA is worth more than Intel or Boeing. At what point? When do the men show up here? When do the Americans show up here?
Hey, and it's hilarious. The camera cuts to the guy, in my opinion, the third guy who went to Trump to kiss the ring. This is the guy right here. And I just love it. Hey, I'm sorry, sir. But yes, he's talking to you. When are the guys, and he said it politely, when are these dudes, when are these men going to drop their balls? Okay, just let it fall to the ground and stand on your business. Stand on what matters. We don't care about your money. Obviously, money doesn't create that presence that a man has. Oh my, hey. That is beautiful. Oh, I love it. Let's just rewind it just a little bit.
Showing some fidelity to American values. Bezos has got the yacht. Tim Cook, Jensen Huang at NVIDIA is worth more than Intel or Boeing. At what point? When do the men show up here? When do the Americans show up here? So this is not only incredibly shocking but not disappointing from Trump, but where's the leadership? Where are the men that have such blessings and such prosperity from the rule of law and capitalism and competition? And we don't need more mergers and acquisitions. We need more breakups. One company owns 2/3 of all social media globally. Meta. One company has 93% of all share of all search. Google. And if you don't think every day we don't pay higher prices, one company has 50% of all e-commerce. Amazon. The percentage of revenues that have gone to Amazon from third-party retailers has gone up from 24 to 50%. Look at the rents that parents are paying on Facebook when 24% of teen girls are now addicted to Facebook. 6% of our teenagers are clinically addicted to drugs and alcohol. 24% are addicted to Instagram. And the number of teen girls self-harming has doubled. So if you want higher rents as a consumer, as a retailer, and as a parent, that's where we're headed.
You know, Scott, there's so much to discuss here.
Hey, Scott. Scott, it's so much to discuss. I mean, we can talk about the weather outside. I mean, Scott, we can talk about, I love your suit. Like, where did you get your suit? Like, Scott, no. Hey, no, there's not. I think Scott was pretty clear on what he was talking about. You know, and it's I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to project my approach to situations on other people. Of course, some people might be built differently when it comes to, you know, injustices and speaking out and being loud on what matters. You know, I don't expect everyone to do that. But I do respect those who do so. And normally, like, it's always the people, like, not always, but like normally when people don't have nothing to lose or just very little, you know, but normally, like, when the people have millions of dollars and they don't want to lose their position in society, then they seem to like lose their spine, you know, lose what once would be them, you know, being courageous about something. And then all of a sudden, they're just quiet as a mouse, or they'll cower and bend the knee. Like I said in my last video, like it's almost like a pandemic. It's like people are by the droves. Like, you know what? I don't want the smoke. You know, I'm just gonna just play ball. And sometimes that's just not worth it. And to quote another amazing philosopher and writer of our time, Mr. Kendrick Lamar, he quotes, "See, you're a bitch, and your hormones probably switch inside your DNA. Problem is, all that sucker shit inside your DNA. Daddy probably snitched. Heritage inside your DNA. Backbone don't exist. Born outside a jellyfish, I gauge." Hey, every time I see another coward cowering down to Mr. Orange racist president, I think of that song. I think of that part, technically the whole song, but that part right there in particular fits those types of individuals. Sometimes it's better to just say nothing than to coward and go backwards. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my character and just what I stand on. But hey, not everybody can be like that. You know what I'm saying? But once again, guys, if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video, let me know in the comments down below or hit that Discord button so me and you can have that one-on-one talk. And like always, let's have that conversation.